again.
NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin with a run by Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. When you look at this defense, they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Carr. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Taken down by Pete Werner. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Off the play fake, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's the Panthers punter now. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Throwing now is Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
That's for the former Lion, Josh Reynolds. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Young to throw it. That's to the rookie from South Carolina, Xavier Ligon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run here with Brooks. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll try to throw now. Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. Trucks over him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Panthers had 1-7 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Young. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this one is incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, force the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara try the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Olave holds it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Carr now to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. At a point after, good by Groupie. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. From the end zone, here's Devin Tompkins. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Third down, Young from the gun.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Young will set to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Carolina. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Young now. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and...
Touchdown, Panthers!
And Xavier again.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll run the draw with Brooks.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
3rd and 8.
To throw, Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
76 yards.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now here's Young.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk...
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Running the toss to Brooks here.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Once again, it's Brooks.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
From the gun, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Carr going to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. A 10th carry for Kamara.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
This is 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The point after, good by Groupie.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
That one complete to Ligon.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Brooks.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 12.
Here is Young.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Young.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road. And this is going to be intercepted. Sheds off the tackle. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So Carr departs, and on his Blake Groupie for the Saints field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Young.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Here's Carr to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
You have to figure with this offense on second and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on third and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become fourth down?
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Antonio Johnson, a nice tackle there behind the line of scrimmage.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw his Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Young. That's pulled in by Brooks.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Here's Young.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
They keep it on the ground. This time, it's Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.